it did the same thing. It just kept, for him, it was children. And for Chris, it's, you hit Rihanna, you a beat her for the rest of your life. You're a weirdo. Like, it's, we don't care that you're talented.
After all these years of holding it in and keeping it quiet, it would seem that Chris Brown is allegedly stepping up to tell us what really went on behind the scenes of his downfall in the music industry, including how much of a hand Jay and Beyonce had in it, along with Rihanna. Looks like Rihanna revealed some things about Beyonce to Chris when they were together, and now that Chris has essentially been blackballed for years, he is airing out all of Rihanna's dirty laundry and why she hated Beyonce.
I am strong. This happened to me. I didn't cause this. I didn't do it. This happened to me, and it can happen to anybody. There are a lot of women who've experienced what I did, but not in the public. So it made it really difficult. I just felt like, oh my God, here goes my little bit of privacy, just exposed. Like, it's something that nobody wants anybody to know. So here I am, the whole world knowing.
Child, if you thought that 2009 situation was messy, things are only just getting heated up. Now, it's been pretty known that Jay-Z might have been the gatekeeper behind some of the biggest career falls in the music to make sure that Beyonce stays seated on the throne. And I'm talking about the fall of Aaliyah, Tinashe, Carrie Hillsong, and even Maya. And now Chris Brown's name has been thrown into the mix. However, word is out that he has had enough and wants to speak his truth, starting out with what really went down that Grammy Award night in 2009.
Mr. Brown, in position of sentence, is suspended. You are going to be placed on formal felony probation for a period of 60 months.
It's 5 years probation and 6 months community labor for Chris Brown for his Rihanna. The sentence handed down Tuesday by LA Superior Court Judge Patricia Snegg, as she also warned the R&B singer to stay away from his ex-girlfriend for 5 years. Brown got a year of domestic violence counseling as well, and he was warned not to violate terms of his parole.
Remember, even though you have probation, this is a felony, and it does come with the potential of state prison if you should violate in any way the terms and conditions of this probation or pick up any new case. Do you understand that? I just want to make myself perfectly clear.
At the time of the incident, Chris Brown and Rihanna were the golden couple of the industry, but just hours before the ceremony that night, news broke that Chris Brown had been arrested for on Rihanna, physically harming Rihanna. The images of her battered face spread like wildfire, and overnight, Chris went from being a pop royalty to public enemy #1. He was pulled from the Grammy lineup, sponsors dropped him, radio stations stopped spinning his music, and the media buried him alive. Meanwhile, Rihanna was taken under the wings of industry heavyweights, but behind the scenes, rumors began to circulate. Some insiders whispered that this scandal had more to it, and Jaguar Wright wasn't shy to tell it. She hopped on an interview to say that the reason why Chris put hands on Rihanna in the first place was because he found out about her relationship with Jay-Z that night. And not only that, Rihanna also allegedly gave him an STD that she got from Jay-Z.
I don't understand why people keep talking about that. It was forever ago. They were both very young, and he had just had his first herpes outbreak from her giving him the herpes.
Ooh, my.
Like, how did you know what I mean? Like people don't understand what happened that night. And that's because Jay-Z worked so fucking hard to change the narrative of that night. Now, Rihanna was only 14, 15 when he started fucking with her and signed to the Def Jam. It's clear to say that the herpes that she had came from the person she had been most involved with, and that was Sean Carter. So here it is. Chris Brown has his first herpes outbreak from his celebrity girlfriend who he was set up with, and it was supposed to be this and it was supposed to be that, and he was there so people wouldn't pay attention to the fact that she was fucking Jay-Z. underage. Jay-Z gave her the herpes that she gave to Chris Brown. And that first night, when he had that outbreak and he busted into Clive Davis's house and said, "Where the f is this dirty at?" I can't fault him for that. He had this is beautiful, tall, wonderful. Chris Brown, she didn't ruin him. She ruined him at 19 years old. He's got the Jay-Z herpes.
Oh.
And it's unfair. Because now that's a part of his story. And Rihanna ain't innocent. Because she was in there giving that job in the coat closet when Chris Brown came in. He said, "But you always fucking sucking something." Then he said, "I'm fucking done with you." And he stormed out of Clive Davis's house, got into his very expensive car, and Rihanna chased after him. She gets in the car and started fighting on him because he embarrassed her for calling her a sucking and saying in front of everybody that she gave him the herpes at Clive Davis's house the night before the fucking Grammys. She in the car trying to fuck him up. They're speeding on the Pacific Coast Highway, and you know Pacific Coast Highway, very steep. She could have killed the both of them fighting him while he was trying to just get the fuck away from her. Because Lord knows he couldn't get away from the herpes.
Oh.
And he hit her back. Calm down.
Now, I don't know how legit this theory is, but that's what Jaguar Wright believes, who at the time when this incident happened was working for Jay-Z. Jaguar hasn't been the first to spin this narrative. Y'all remember when Wendy Williams said that if you sleep with Rihanna, you have to use penicillin afterwards?
Observation. Rihanna is like you did it, you hit the skins and scram. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Well, I didn't make that up. She puts it out there like Rihanna is not girlfriend material. Am I wrong? Rihanna's the kind of girl, she's hot, she's sexy, you do her, then you take your penicillin. Let me get out of this while I can. Come on, let's move on.
For the longest time, Chris Brown has been forced to go with the narrative that he was the one that did the cheating, but it would seem that that is not the case. Allegedly, Rihanna was hooking up with Jay-Z behind the scenes, and he gave her an STI which Chris contracted.
I would give her the option of, "Oh, you can look at my phone." So I gave her the phone. She looks at the phone and there's a message and it says, "Grammys, do your thing." And I didn't read the rest of the message, I didn't open it. So she opened the message and the rest of the message said, "I'll see you at the cloud party." So I thought she thought I was lying. She starts going off, she throws the phone, "I hate you," whatever. Starts hitting me. We're in a little Lamborghini. She's fighting me and I'm like, "Look, I'm telling you the truth, I swear to God. I'm telling you the truth, stop it." So then she hits me a couple more times and I just kind of it doesn't go from translation to, "Let's sit down, I'm telling you the truth." It goes to, "Now I'm finna be mean and be evil," arguing. So then I remember she tried to kick me. It's like just her just being upset. But then I really, I with a closed fist, and it busted her lip. And when I saw it, I was in shock. I was like, why the hell did I?
Sometime in February of 2023, Chris came out to address the issue again. And from what he said, he was obviously frustrated with the whole situation. He came so close to revealing the truth of what really went down that night, calling the version of the story people believe a quote-unquote narrative. He said, "If y'all still hate me for a mistake I made as a 17-year-old boy, please kiss my whole entire I'm effing 33. I'm so tired of y'all running with this narrative. You weird ninjas are the same ones that tune in every week to see Blueface and Krishan beat the F out of each other in front of the world. But that's okay? It's entertainment?" Now, cheating rumors between Rihanna and Jay-Z were on every news tabloid back then because besides the fact that she was signed under Jay-Z's label Roc Nation, the two of them seemed to have some weird chemistry on screen.
Dad, I know I promised you I'm gonna give you my first Grammy, but we might have to fight for this one.
She said she wanted to thank everybody for her first Grammy.
Anyway, I'd like to thank Jay-Z for being a part of this record with me.
She'd like to thank Jigga Man for being the greatest in the world.
Ellen Reed, Steve Bartles, Tata, Jay Brown, Karen Kwok for finding this amazing record. Tricky, Dream for writing such a beautiful record.
That and the fact that Jay-Z likes him young and Rihanna was the next young hot thing after Beyonce. Now, Rihanna and Beyonce have never had any public beef or confrontations for that matter, but y'all know there's tension between these two, and it's been going on for decades. They have often thrown subtle clapbacks at each other and have never had a single collaboration, even when they were under the same label. When rumors of Jay-Z cheating on Bey with Riri started making rounds, his publicist dispelled the rumor, claiming that it was a PR stunt meant to push Riri's career. Now, baby, I don't know if that's true, but people said Jay-Z made the publicist say that, and he started the rumor of his affair with Riri regardless of how it would make Beyonce feel. Unfortunately, though, the stunt backfired, and it started to cause tension between Beyonce and Rihanna. Fans started to notice it when Beyonce released her hit song, Bow Down, which was reportedly a warning to other female artists in the industry, particularly Rihanna, to bow down to her.
I know when you were little girls, you dreamt of being in my world. Don't forget it, don't forget it. Respect that, bow down. I took some time to live my life, but don't think I'm just his little wife. Don't get it twisted, Just my bow down, bow down, bow down.
That song was originally written for Rihanna, so Riri took it personally when Jay-Z gave it to Beyonce. But after she went ahead and won Britain's Most Influential Pop Star Award over Beyonce and other artists alike like Katy Perry and Justin Bieber, despite Jay-Z curving her like that, and she did not waste the opportunity to take jabs at Queen Bey. She wrote, "I only know how to be number one. I could use a challenge. How'd that feel down there on your knees, huh?" It has also been alleged that all that kicking Solange launched at Jay-Z in the elevator back in 2014 was because they just found out that Jay was cheating on Beyonce with Rihanna. Again. Following that drama at a Tidal press conference in 2015, an insider revealed how Beyonce and Rihanna could not stand each other, much less stand next to each other. The insider said, trying to fit all the inflated egos of Nicki Minaj, Madonna, and Kanye on one stage was difficult, but Beyonce and Rihanna made things worse. The singers kept their distance backstage and refused to stand next to each other or speak with each other. The whole show was carefully choreographed so that those two have almost nothing to do with each other. And it has been reported that when Rihanna and Chris were together, Riri would air out all her frustrations about Beyonce to Chris. So he has been holding on to that information for years as leverage. It is reported that he will probably reveal all that info when he writes his autobiography. Y'all, these two queens have been beefing for a really long time now. However, they have never come out on social media to air their dirty laundry. It was widely believed that Rihanna's umbrella hit was surrounded around her sleeping with Hov. This was at the beginning of he and Beyonce's relationship. They were trying to cover it up. It was rumored that she was sleeping with Hov, and that's how she ended up on his label. The fight between Chris and Riri wasn't the first fight they had back then, and all these fights were always about Chris cheating on her, but it was a cover about her sleeping with Jigga. But Chris took all the smoke and never once said nothing negative about her or what she did to contribute to the end of their relationship. Another person added, "It's a known fact that when Jay-Z went to Barbados and met Rihanna as a pact to give her a deal, she lost her V card to Jay-Z, and a lot of people from the Caribbean, Brooklyn, and Flatbush knew about this." And finally, this person said, "Let's give some respect to Chris Brown for keeping it silent and just taking the media beating." Honey, it seems like Chris done had enough of that beating, so he's out to spill the tea. Allegedly. While we wait for it, I want to know what your thoughts are on this matter. Leave them down in the comments, and don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button for more content just like this. Oh, and girl, watch this next video, because it's just as messy.